everyone, welcome back to the World Tour. Today I've got two exciting games for you in Europe. We had originally planned to play a European game and a league game, but the league game's since been postponed, so we now have the double header against FC Sion. So as I was saying, there's been a little bit of a fixture change, so we've the league game that I was planning on playing has been rearranged, so we are now playing both legs against FC Sion today in our fourth qualifying round, which I believe if we get through this we get into the group stages. I'm just basing that on what I can see here, so I think it'll just throw us into a lower pot than the guys that have gone through the champions, so obviously we'll be like the bottom teams in the groups, but European qualification is European qualification. I believe we've got a good chance. I think Sofia were probably a tougher team than Sion, but that's just me. So we'll have to see how we can get through this. Just a quick update for you since I was last with you. So I'm not sure if I showed you Finlay Burns. You may have seen Finlay Burns, but just in case you haven't, because it's a long time since I've recorded, Finlay Burns has come in on loan as a centre-back from Manchester City, and I have now also brought in, and I know you've not seen this one, Nils Mortimer has come in from Barcelona. Very, very cheap. He's a right winger, so he's going to help me strengthen that place where we all knew I had difficulties. He's been pretty good in Barcelona's B team. He's spent some time out on loan, not a massive amount of game time, but he's going to come in and be an option at right midfield for us. I've also let a few more players go. Most notably, Ola John has gone out for 1.4 million. He wanted to discuss terms with them, and at 31 years old, if they were offering his asking price, I were willing to let him leave. So he's gone for that money as well, which means now our total income is 18.75 with our total outgoings of 6. So I'm doing work to keep FC20's bank balance going. Right, team selection. Obviously, Francisco's going to play in the nets. We've got Pachonic on the right, Burns is in the middle. Bagard requires a fitness test, so it's probably not best to play him. So that'd be Geert Patrick teaming up with him in the middle. Lushchako on the left, Afiz and Akshadi in the middle of the midfield, with Cantala Piedra, Van der Streek, Bootner in the attacking midfield places, and then Van Dijk up front. Luisinho is on his way back. He's good for 45 minutes, so may bring him on depending how the game is going. Mortimer is unregistered for this round. Obviously, if we get through, we'll get registered for the group stages. And that, I think, is the best bench I can offer. Luis Fernando's still got a knock, so I'm not going to risk him. He's not due back in training for 6 days. So, let's go for that. 7 substitutes outside the match squad, yes, I'm aware. I set the 5 substitutes up to be the European ones, and then added the rest in for the league. So we're away first. If we could steal an away goal, that would be delightful. They've had a shot in the first couple of minutes. On target as well. But here we are with the first highlight. Pachonic with the throw. It's long into the box. Cantala Pedro can't get his head on it. Pachonic's got it back. Woohoo! Oh wow, what a finish from the right back. That's cracking. Oh, now they've got a kick-off highlight. We do have the away goal now. More than one would be lovely. Ooh, nobody seemed to want to put a challenge in there. Goal kick anyway. I'm hoping this takes us through to group stages. I'm hoping I've not read that diagram wrong. Well intercepted, Cantala Piedra. Bootner's now running through. He's taken around 2 men. That shot's a bit... Oh dear. FC Nantes have got... Is that... That's not Yusuf Poulsen, surely. Pachonic. That's a poor throw. I think we might need to stop doing that. Pachonic's got it back from the keeper. Burns to Afiz. Akshadi. Great ball forward. Buchner's brought that down lovely. He's into the box. Shots over the bar. His build-up play is good. It is Yusuf Poulsen. Jesus Christ. 3 million from Leipzig. Yeah, Buchner seems to have everything but finishing. He brought that ball down nice. He's taking men on. Gets into the positions. He just can't finish every time. Cantala Piedra. Stopped. There's Buchner. There we go. He's heard me talking about his finishing. He's like, I'll show you, boss. Watch this. On the half volley. Left foot. We are starting to see a little bit of a throughput from the youth academy. So obviously that's Buchner and Van Dijk now. That's both in the team. And there's a couple more that's getting close. So I think FC20 might have a decent future ahead of them here with youth. Castanera. Good save, Francisco. Obviously I'm buying players where I need to strengthen, but if I can use the young academy guys as much as possible, obviously that's going to save me money, isn't it? As well as give me a bit more squad depth. I'm pretty sure Exard is another one that's come through. Yep. So we've got 3. Yeah, Buchner and... where is he? Van Dijk. Yeah. So we've got 3 that's come through as youth academy. Team talk. I don't want to send them out without a team talk. That's just going to upset them. So we've got the 3. Excuse me, because I've got a bit of a migraine at the back of my eye. Yeah, we've got the 3, and then obviously Ayab's getting close. We've also got Cobby, who's could do a year out on loan, but he's not far off either. Xardi, back to Burns. He's been decent since he signed from City, which you would expect, really. Cantala Piedra, come on, man. This is why I brought Nils Mortimer in. I've still not got 100% faith in Cantala Piedra. But I think a 2-goal lead from the away leg is pretty good. Van der Streek. I don't have a attacking mid on the bench. I'm going to bring Ayab on. Just because we're 2-0 up. I'm going to bring Alvarado on up front. Van Dijk's not really done a lot today. Ayab with a throw to Buchner. Back to Ayab, to Akshadi. Buchner again. Oh, he's lost it. Ayab's out of position. Abdon's in. Ooh, that was close. Francisco came out to close him down. They've had slightly better of the shots. Ooh, Alvarado with a free kick on the edge of the box. There it is! It's 3-0. Julio Alvarado is turning out to be quite the signing. Brought him in case we lost Van Dijk. Van Dijk hasn't gone yet. So Alvarado's getting more chance to develop. I've not thrown him straight in at the deep end. Cantala Piedra's in. Can't make it 4. Van der Streek. Unlucky from Burns. You would think 3-0 up from the first leg, being the away leg as well, going into a home tie with 3-goal lead, should be enough to see us through. But I never count my chickens. What was this? Inval Petronic. Petronic plays well. Well done, lad. Happy with that. So let's have a look. There's a lot of fitness tests. Ayab's wanted by AZ, but I'm now going to take Ayab off of the loan list because I think, come on mouse, I think he's good enough to be at least a rotational player this season. It says Dutch Eredivisie, which is I think it's only the league below. So I think with some game time, bringing him in a bit, needs to improve his technique. But I think just bringing him on as a sub every so often, maybe giving him some cup games in the Teuta. I'm not sure. I don't think his board's bothered about that. I want to reach quarter-final. But yeah, give him some cup time, some appearances off of the bench. I think he could quite quickly develop. So I'm going to get to the second leg, and we'll catch up there. So before we get into the second leg against Sion, we've had like a week. It's transfer deadline day, and there has been some business, as you can see on your screen already. We have sold Sander van der Streek to Standard Liège for 5 million. He's 30 years old, and he wanted to leave. He was very upset when I didn't let him leave earlier on in the transfer window, so when this bid of 5 million came in, I thought I'd just let him leave rather than upset him even further. Even Gracia has gone out on loan to Achilles 29 to get some game time. He's got decent potential, which we can't see at the minute because he's away on loan, but he's decent, but it's probably just a case of loaning him out to sell him on later. I have actually loaned out Ahab Jones. I know I was saying previously that I was going to give him some game time and break him in slowly, but FC Eindhoven have put a loan bid in and put him down as a star player, so he's guaranteed to get game time at FC Eindhoven. So I think one season out there will do him good. And then the big one, Bench Asadi has gone. Kind of gone. 4.3 million up front, rising to 18.75 for various different things. So we get 3.6 million after 10 league appearances, 3.6 million after 5 international appearances, and then 725 grand a game for the next 10 games, plus 40% of the profit made on him. But he's back on loan. It's part of the deal. I didn't put the bid in to get him back. It was all part of the transfer deal. He's loaned back for the rest of the season. So now we're not paying his wages. So essentially what I've done is I've made £4.3 million on a player who we still have and are no longer paying. So Atletico Madrid are paying his wages for us, which saved me some money, 4.3 million into the bank. And then next season, obviously, when he goes, I'll start to bring in some more money for us later on. So it's a bit more of a long game with him. But what has come in, you'll notice I've not spent a great deal. I did spend the Van der Streek money. I've spent a little bit of extra as well. Obviously, the Ashadi money. But I've managed to bring in 5 players. Well, 4 players, because Ashadi is one of them. So the first one is Miguel Arango. He is one of my attack. I've brought in 2 replacements for Van der Streek and 2 replacements for Ashadi, which gives us some depth and selection options as well. So Arango's come in as an attacking midfielder, currently 3-star potential, could be 5-star. Young 19-year-old Colombian. He's come in from Once, where he's been pretty decent. I mean, his average rating is distinctly average, but he's got a lot of potential. So he's going in there. Obviously, we've got Fitzjim, who's going to now be my first choice attacking mid. But we now have Arango and Alan Ortiz. He's 24, so he's a little bit older. But at 775k, he's not a bad player. And again, it gives us options, a bit more squad rotation, cover for injuries, etc, etc. And he can play on the left as well if I need him to. So he might get some rotation as well. I know he's probably not going to hit this 3.5 star, but I might even be able to make a little bit of a profit on him if he turns good. So the 2 replacements for Ashadi, who of course is back. One of them needs time to develop. One of them is Marco Bulat. I've had him on my shortlist for quite a while. Started scouting him when I first came to FC20, and he was on the transfer list for 675k. So again, for that money, he can get in, he can get some game time. He looks like a decent performer, and I can potentially make some money on him if he doesn't develop much more. But at 21, he's still got that room for improvement. And then the other one is Aljaz Kasar, a 22-year-old Slovenian. Again, good potential. This one did cost me 5 million, but I'm seeing him more as the straight-in replacement because he's cost me a bit more. He's a little bit older. I just wanted some depth. I wanted some options. So the transfer window's not quite closed yet because obviously we've got the game, but it is 3:45. I'm not really intending on signing anyone unless I lose anybody. I have had bids for people wanting to loan Lushtaku. That's not happening. Who else were it? People wanting to... Bootner. People wanting to buy Bootner. Obviously they've lost interest now because I keep refusing it. Surprisingly enough, not had any offers for Van Dijk yet. And with only a few hours left of the transfer window, I'm kind of hoping that's not going to happen. But we shall see. Right, so that's the update. And now we'll move on to the match. So, the match day squad for today's game is, as you can see, I've got a lot of players that's still unregistered because they're new. Hopefully get them in for the group stages, assuming the worst doesn't happen in this second leg. So Francisco's going to be starting in the nets. We've got Pachonic, Burns, Bagard and Lushtaku in defence. Bagard's now fit, so he's taken Patrick's place. Then we've got Hafiz and the Atletico Madrid midfielder Hakshadi in midfield. Cantella Piedra, Fitzjim and Bootner in attacking midfield. And then Van Dijk up front on his own. We have a 3-goal lead from the first leg. We're at home. Should be in a good position to get through this and get some European football regularly through this season. Obviously, we don't want the worst to happen. Pachonic with the throw. Van Dijk just over the bar. Nice early attack for us. Fitzjim with the corner. Bagard's on there, Van Dijk's in at the back post to tap it in. I'm not sure if that were going in anyway, but Van Dijk's claiming it. Could have been Bagard's, but what can you do? Pachonic with the throw again. Cantella bit. Oh, hang on. Pachonic managed to kick that ball using the force. I'm going to turn highlights on. And I want to look at that again. So, the throw. Bootner headed it back. Yep, he definitely used the force. Bootner's got the goal. But I'm not sure there's any kind of rules that allows you to move the ball telepathically. Burns. Burns is coming forward. The centre-back's coming down the right-hand side. He's still going. He's into the final third. Hafiz plays it out to Pachonic. Fitzjim makes it 3. We're through. It's done. We're 6-0 up on aggregate. 3 away goals. They need a miracle. Well, they need to score 6. It's just the way it is. The away goals are now irrelevant. Game over. I think the team knows it's game over as well because they just sort of finished off that first half like, yeah, whatever. I might make a change at half time. Bring Luisinho on. Get him some game time maybe. Why not? We're 6-0 up. The game's over. I just don't want to make too many because I don't want to end up getting an injury and being stuck. But I definitely can give Luisinho 45 minutes. I'm still not. I apologise, FC20 fans, but I just do not. I'm not taken to Cantella Piedra at all. I like to say his name because I can go Cantella Piedra. But apart from that, there's just nothing there for me, I'm afraid. It just doesn't do enough. Alvarado can have the last 15 minutes. I would have brought Ayab on, but he's away at FC Eindhoven. Getting some game time, hopefully. I've got the match reports turned on so I can keep an eye on him. And that's it. 2 3-0s. The group stage draw is tomorrow, so we'll do that before the end of the episode. Well, for some unknown reason, the group stage draw hasn't happened. It was due to happen on the 1st of September, and we've now got to the next match day, and it hasn't come up. Looking at my fixtures, it's not been done. I've gone into the competition itself, and it still was meant to have been done on the Friday, and it hasn't. I have registered the squad, but the group stage draw hasn't happened, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going to have to end this episode here. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do all the YouTube stuff. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to keep up to date with my content. I'll catch you in the next episode.